Creating a Crime: How the CIA Commandeered the Drug Enforcement Administration. The outlawing of narcotic drugs at the start of the 20th century coincided with Secretary of State John Hay's open door policy toward China. This is one of the ironies of American history, given that the open door policy originated with Great Britain's First Opium War, 1839 to 1842, against China. At the time, the British insisted that free trade civilized the world by making it wealthier. Free trade, they said, gave them the divine right to push Indian opium on China in exchange for tea. They shared this principle with Confederate Americans who fought for their right to own slaves. America's open door policy placed it in competition with the world's other imperial powers. From that point on, the federal government was committed to maintain, through military might, open markets in every nation in the world on behalf of American businesses. Not coincidentally, the outlawing of narcotic drugs turned the issue of addiction from a matter of public health into a pretext for expanding police forces and reorganizing the criminal justice and social welfare systems. The new healthcare industry was placed in the hands of businessmen seeking profits at the expense of despised minorities, the poor and working classes. Private businesses established civic institutions to sanctify this policy. Public educators developed curriculums that doubled as political indoctrination, promoting the business party line. Bureaucracies were established to promote the expansion of corporate interests abroad while suppressing resistance to the oligarchy that benefited from it. It takes a library full of books to explain the economic foundations of the war on drugs and the reasons for America's laissez-faire regulation of its medical, pharmaceutical, and drug manufacturing industries. Suffice it to say that investors used the government to unleash and transform their economic power into political and military might, and by World War II, the free trade world was relying on the United States for its opium derivatives, under the guardianship of Harry Anslinger, the Commissioner of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, FBN.